Gio, you guys just approached a really tough stretch, 4 games in 12 days. Now you have 5 games in 15 days. So how are you sort of thinking about the schedule going forward, having the New York game and then followed by US Open Cup, followed by another game right after that?
Coming home from 12 matches away, we expected something a little easier. It has gotten a little bit more difficult. But listen, this is the schedule. We have to plan. We are trying to think the best possible way to compete in every game. And the matches that we played in these past 2 weeks, I thought we did a good job to plan it the right way. Only unfortunate that we couldn't get at least a point in Montreal. I think we did enough to be able to come back with a point. I think the young guys and the guys that played that day did a great job. And now we're planning for the coming weeks and the coming games that we're going to have, to make sure that we can put a very competitive team in the hope that we can get points, and always trying to go everywhere that we go to try to get a win. So now it's New York City. Going there, travel all the way to the east, compete against a very good team. They're doing very well, a team that's lost only 1 match. And then we'll make sure that we travel back to LA and compete against a good team as well, that in the hope that we can go through in the US Open Cup game, and then Colorado back home again. So we're thinking, we're planning, we are working in the way we think that we can go through this stretch, and the guys are excited. Practice today was phenomenal.
You said last year that you had to sort of learn what your team could handle from that first compacted schedule that didn't go that well, and you learned from that. You got better. You just did this compacted schedule and got 3 wins out of 4. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you are in a good place in what you've been able to learn from these, just having been here a year now?
Yes, and we knew what we were doing last year. We knew that this was something that maybe was going to be not the right decision, but we had to go through it to understand how far the players could go. And we learned a lot, in those 3 matches in that week, because, we understood that some things we have to do a little bit different. As I said, we do it on purpose to learn that. And now we're trying to make sure that we think at all, the scenarios in order to make sure that we put a good plan in place, understanding that the guys also, there's a lot of minutes of traveling, a lot of minutes to play. So we want to be competitive in every match, and that's why sometimes we have to make some rotations. And also, the rotations are going to give you the right only if you get points and only if you get wins. So we hope also to have the fortune to be able to get good results as well.
Obviously, it's about making sure, like you said, you can get wins, you can get results, but being able to give some of your younger guys those opportunities and seeing them in these types of situations, what does that mean for you as a coach?
Yeah, no, that's important, because also we get to see where the guys are, how much can contribute. For them, playing these matches at this level will give them the experience also to feel more comfortable to be able to play. And now, our roster becomes deeper and deeper, and everybody feels that they are one step away from playing. And they're all excited. They're all ready. They know that in any minute they can step on the field, if it's not a substitution, as a starter. And I think that's why practice has been so good, because everybody feels that they're one step of playing.
And I just wanted to get an injury update from you. Obviously, you said 2 of them have been getting better, but he clearly hasn't been able to come back in. And then Villafaña, after the game, you said you're still evaluating. So
yeah, so Villafaña is questionable, and Bill is still not ready to play. Still not there yet. I think hopefully next week he'll start practicing full. So he's getting closer and closer, and pretty much these are the guys that we have right now. And Jeff Atinella is also questionable as well at this point.
What is the injury exactly to both Villafaña and Atinella?
Atinella is more his shoulder. He just feels something there a little bit, so we want to be cautious. But he's feeling better and better all the time. And Villafaña is his groin, which we want to make sure that we are, smart in the way we go about with him. He's been playing very, very well, so we want him to endure the entire season.